rocket like rocket fuel.
Well, Coach, no precipitation to speak of, but still a very chilly December day in Philly. Winter coats and hot chocolate abound here at Lincoln Financial Field. Just a short time ago, these Philly fans in full roar as both teams made their way out of the tunnel. Pyrotechnics ablaze. They're set to go as their Eagles will match up with the Dallas Cowboys. And that'll carry over the back line of the end zone for a touchback.
Here we go, backman. 180! Run! It's 357.
Wentz now on first down. And his first pass is incomplete. The Pro Bowl tight end Zach Ertz, the intended target, but it'll be second down. You and I watched film yesterday, and you told me to watch his feet. Well, for whatever reason, his footwork just looked off on that throw.
And you always love it when an ex-defensive back talks quarterback mechanics, right?
Well, but you're good at it.
Well, I try, all right? I don't know how good I am, but it doesn't take much to tell. His mechanics are off a little bit.
And he can't find a receiver, and he's brought down. Nick Bosa in there to get him, and on the season now, that is 9 sacks for him.
All right, partner, I'm going to be Captain Obvious right here. Not the start you're looking for offensively, right? Incomplete pass, followed by a sack.
And when he went down, it looked like that right ankle got turned, but thankfully he popped up okay, and they breathed a sigh of relief on that sideline. Eagles coming up here on a 3rd and long, so Wentz and company with some work to do after the sack. Now Wentz. And that will be incomplete. Well, they weren't scared to let it fly, but it falls to the ground and brings up 4th down.
Well, that certainly looked like something that they discussed all week in practice getting ready for this one. Take the big shot right out of the gate. At worst, you'll open up the defense a little bit, loosen them up, have them back on their heels.
They only punted twice in the win last week as he gets this one away. Give him 11 yards that time on the return. And the Cowboys will take over the football with a 1st and 10. Good starting position for the Cowboys here as they come up 1st and 10.
6-man. Check girls, check girls, check girls.
They run with Ezekiel Elliott, last year's NFL rushing leader. Defensively, it was Avonte Maddox with the tackle. Cowboys and Eagles, of course, such a great rivalry. Last year, the Cowboys got the better of the Eagles both times that they met, with Philly coming off their Super Bowl title. But in weeks 10 and 14, it was Dallas beating Philly by a single possession. From the 38, Watson. And he hits Jason Witten, the tight end. And he'll be taken down, but not before he works it past the 50. A gain of 13. It's a 1st down. A 1st down carry by Elliott. And they'll get him down as he's inside the 40. 11 more yards that go around, a 1st down as well. A tough run by Ezekiel Elliott, the 4th overall pick in the 2016 draft.
If you watch tape of him in college, you saw plenty of those runs, because I know the highlights showed him in the open field breaking away from people, but that's how he wore down defenses, those exact type of runs.
So here's a 1st and 10 at the 38. A run for Tony Pollard, the Memphis product. And he'll be brought down somewhat awkwardly here, and a late flag as well. I think this one's going to be a face mask. So that flag will cost him 15.
And it doesn't matter anymore how you get the face mask. Any part of it, that's going to be 15 yards.
The penalty moves him into the red zone here on 1st and 10. run for Pollard. And he'll take it into the end zone for a Cowboy touchdown. Tony Pollard, his 4th touchdown on the year. And they are able to strike first here on their opening drive. Extra point by Moore, up and good. And it's now a 7-0 game. Following the touchdown, here's Marr to kick it away. And this will not be returnable. It's out of the back of the end zone for a touchback. Already at the line, this Philly offense set to go. So, Charles, the season winding down, the playoffs obviously not in their future. As they look ahead to the offseason, what spots do they maybe need to fill?
Well, I think that they like the guy who's calling the plays and throwing the ball. I think that he's a pretty good player. Needs some help, I think, on the perimeter, though. Help him out with receivers, because I think if he gets an upgrade there, his play gets that much better, too.
One play has him up past the 40 already, and another 1st and 10. Wentz off the fake handoff to Howard. Nowhere to go here. He lost the football. It's picked up by the Cowboys, and he brings it back to right around the 26-yard line.
Well, partner, they went empty set there. No backs in the backfield. All receivers out in the pattern. And in this situation, you know what the quarterback has to do? Act as his own blitz control.
Yeah, he's got nobody else there to protect him.
No one else there to protect, which means he's got to get rid of the football and absorb the hit, but not go down and fumble the ball.
They'll run on 1st down. Elliott pushing through the contact. Pushes by another. Give him 15 there, and the Cowboys have a 1st.
That type of run right there, that just fires me up when I watch it, because that's maybe the most underrated aspect of his game. The ability to break tackles and know where the 1st down chains are and pick them up.
He's tough, good pedigree. Dad Stacy was a linebacker at Missouri.
Yeah, and how about Mom on the track team? So I think that's where the speed came from. And she's not shy about letting us know that.
And he is into the end zone for a Cowboy touchdown. Ezekiel Elliott with a lucky number 13 touchdowns now on the year. And the Cowboys, they push out in front further. Extra point by Moore, up and good. And it's now 14-0. Following the touchdown, here's Marr to kick it away. And they will not get a chance to return this one, as it's through the end zone for a touchback. The Eagles offense set to begin their next drive. Already down 2 touchdowns here in the first half. This becomes a pretty important drive, doesn't it?
It certainly does, and a lot of the teams script plays. We know that, right? They have a script to start the ball game, and typically those scripts go between 12 and 24, 25 plays. Down 2 touchdowns early, probably not very deep into their script. I think that they'll stay with it. I don't think they'll abandon it just yet and try and generate some offense on this drive.
Anything. At least 3 points, get that 0 off the board. Now a 2-time 1,000-yard rusher for the Bears. This is Jordan Howard. And they're able to get this one across the 35. 11 yards there, 1st down.
I have to admit, I'm excited by that play call and the end result, because this is a team that's down big early in the first quarter, and a lot of teams will just panic, abandon the playbook, and just start firing the ball all over the place. It's way too early for that. Stick to what works for you.
Down double digits, and we talked about their game plan being both running and passing there. You're right. They're sticking to the game plan, getting the ground game going.
A lot of football left to be played.
1st and 10 at the 46-yard line.
Here we go. Sweetie.
Touchdown, defense. Slam.
Wentz now on 1st down. That's caught by the big tight end, Dallas Goedert. And taking it across midfield and inside the 45. Back-to-back nice plays, 12 yards that time and a first down.
First down. First and 10 at the 42-yard line.
Go.
So from Cowboy territory now, here's first and 10 at the 42-yard line. On the toss play, Howard. In on the stop, Mason Foster, who was 7th in the NFL in tackles a year ago.
One thing to keep in mind, partner, especially in the second half, when you've got a running back of this size, of these dimensions, I can just tell you, attrition does set in for a defense because you're excited about hitting him in the first half. Maybe not so much in the second half in some of these shorter games.
But when this ball's tipped and intercepted, picked off Byron Jones, and his guys are going to get the football at the 23-yard line.
Well, I get what he was trying to do. He was moving to his right and trying to shift the coverage, but instead he shifted the coverage also to the right and threw right into it for an interception.
Keep tight end, keep tight end. Hey, you got 3 down.
They'll start the drive with Elliott. And they're able to get this one across the 35. They may want to go back to that one. First play of the drive, good for 15 and a first down. Getting the sense, Charles, they're going to put a big emphasis this afternoon on the run game.
And why not? What we're seeing so far, working pretty well from them. And here's the best part. We always talk about the best performers do their job when the lights come on. I think he likes natural light best.
And he is met in his tracks behind the line of scrimmage.
A loss of a yard brings up second and 11 at the 37-yard line.
14-0 the score. This is the NFL on EA Sports. Start of the second quarter, and it's the Cowboys in possession as they've got it second down and 11. On second down, it's Pollard. And he'll be taken down, but not before he gets into enemy territory. 16 yards, a first down.
Tremendous blocking by the interior of the offensive line. They didn't just gash him there. They blasted a gaping hole for him to gallop through. I think if he comes back to the huddle, he better be giving them a whole lot of credit and thanking them for that much space to rumble.
Going for the deep ball. Looking for Cooper, and it's intercepted. Picked off by Malcolm Jenkins. And a big turnover there as his guys will get the football back.
The Eagles take over first and 10 at their own 16-yard line.
The offense back out there at the line, ready for their next drive. And they're in a bind early here, down 14-0. Are you worried at this stage or still too early?
You're worried. You're just trying not to transmit it to the rest of your team. You want to make sure that they stay positive. But at the same time, you're wondering, how are we going to move the football? What do we have on this play sheet that can work? Get back to basics is usually your answer. And make sure you find the guy who can move the ball fastest for you if you just get it in his hands.
Yeah, still second quarter. You get points on the board here. I think you're feeling okay. The big play to start him out has him at the 45 already. Shotgun now for Wentz. Rush coming, and he's taken down. Ja'Kai Polite in there to get him, and that is sack number 6 now for him on the year.
I'm starting to feel for that quarterback back there. I mean, you know me. Normally, don't have a lot of empathy for the QB, right? In this case, definitely. He's been on constant duress this entire game. I don't know how he's surviving back there.
And to think, there's still a long way to go in this football game.
Let's not quibble about the gain there on second down. That was a positive play because that was a take-what-you-can-get situation. Got out to the tight end. Now it gives him a much better opportunity to convert on third down.
Go. Waiting.
Check three.
Now Wentz on third down. And that is incomplete. Some of the fans here don't seem too happy about what we've seen in this first half.
No, not at all, and I understand why. They look lethargic, out of sync, and it shows on the scoreboard.
On is the punt team now as this one's sent away. About set for this next drive by the Cowboys offense. It's been a good first half so far. They're up 14-0. Points here that could really put them in command before intermission.
Yeah, and it's all well and good what they're seeing and how they're feeling right now. But this is the NFL. How many times have we watched 14-0 leads evaporate and quickly? So how have we seen them combat it? Continue to run your offense, but don't back off at all. Don't start looking at the clock. Don't start thinking about, hey, just take care of the football. Keep attacking. Usually the best way to maintain control.
A real field flipper there as all of a sudden they've got a first down in the red zone. They'll go with Pollard here on first down. And he'll take it into the end zone for a Cowboy touchdown. Tony Pollard with his second touchdown of the game and 5th on the year. And the Cowboys, they push out in front further. Extra point by Marr, up and good. And it's now 21-0. Following the touchdown, here's Marr to kick it away. This is taken at the 3. And he'll bring it a few past the 20 to the 23-yard line.
The Eagles take over first and 10 at their own 23-yard line.
The offense now at the line, ready for their next drive. And some dangerous territory. You're already down 3 scores. A 3-and-out here or an inability to put any points up. This one might be over by half.
Yeah, and what you also have to guard against is calling every play for a big shot downfield. You know, thinking you're going to get all these points back on one drive. You're not. And last time I looked, it's still the first half. I'm not saying you have ultimate patience here, but you also don't have to go ahead and force everything either.
Once again, they'll go from the 23-yard line on 2nd and 10. Now Howard. It's a gain of about 3, but it's going to leave them with 3rd and still 7 yards to go.
Well, that's a good start to this drive on the defensive side of the ball.
Force the incompletion on first down. Then you're able to shut down the running play on 2nd.
Yeah, I wouldn't be surprised now. A little bit of pressure going at the quarterback in the expected passing situation.
Here we go. 280! Ram! Watch the shot!
From the gun on 3rd down, Wentz. And almost picked off. I guess the good news for them now, it's 4th down.
I tell you, Brandon, this defense is playing with some confidence. Haven't allowed a point yet. Flying to the football. I'm telling you, it's almost 11 to the ball.
And look at this. It's a fake. And he's going to let it go deep. Oh, but this is going to backfire as it's intercepted. Picked off by Jordan Lewis. And his crew will take over with a football at the 35-yard line.
Take over first and 10 at their own 35-yard line.
The offense back out there at the line, ready for their next drive. They had to go a long way on their last drive to score the touchdown. This time they get at least a little bit more of a cushion with field position.
I have to think that with this field position, after what they did on the last drive, they might want to take a shot right now and try and cut down the length of the drive.
Just a yard on the first down carry, so it's 2nd and 9.
Brings up 2nd and 9 at the 36-yard line.
The run only got a yard. Here's 2nd and 9. Out of the gun, Watson. Looking for Cooper, and it's intercepted. Picked off by Avonte Maddox. And they take possession of the football and have it at the 36-yard line. So from the 39 now, they'll come up on a 1st and 10.
Give me that ball, defense! Give me that ball, defense! Hey, we got Mike 50, huh? Let's go one more.
From the gun, here's Watson being chased out left. They'll tussle for it, and this is going to be caught. He's going to go out of bounds, but he takes this one down just shy of the 20. 17 yards on the play there, and the Cowboys have a first down.
Push him back.
On first down, it's Elliott. And he's taken down after a gain of 3 as they move it from the 22 to the 19. For Zeke, one of first 3 years he's had in the NFL. Last year, his second rushing title, 1,434 yards. Not as many as 1,631 that he had as a rookie, but still his yards per game average was the best in the National Football League. 3 yards on that last carry. Here's 2nd and 7. And we've hit the 2-minute mark in this first half of action. And we remind you, coming up at the half, we'll join who, Charles?
The coach.
The coach, Jonathan Coachman, standing by in Orlando. He'll have stats and scores from games in progress, as well as scores from earlier today. And this is caught for a Cowboy touchdown. Christian Kirk, his 5th touchdown now on the year. And the Cowboys, they push out in front further. And he's a little bit on the shorter side as a receiver. Maybe sometimes for the defense, tough to find the little guys, right?
Yeah, sometimes they get lost in the traffic, but usually what it means is that rather than just winning with height or even speed, they use their quickness to find a way to get open.
Well, tall, short, wide, skinny, whatever, there it results in a touchdown. And this will be a touchback as that sails over the end line. Already at the line, this Philly offense set to go. Typically down in the first half, I might say, oh, you at least need a field goal out of this drive, but they're down to the point where they need a touchdown, don't they?
Yeah, normally, you know me. I mean, you've been around me for a while now, right?
Unfortunately.
I'm sorry about that. But normally, I'm the one preaching patience.
Yeah.
You know, take your time. First half, you still got a chance. I think they're out of patience here. This has to be a drive that gets a touchdown. So if you're the play caller, you're going to that portion of the sheet that says big-time plays, specials, anything you can use to get yourself back into it.
He'll wind up losing a yard on the play, and that'll bring up a 3rd down.
Pac-Man. Waiting. Listen. Shit.
Working from the gun, Wentz. And he's going to have to eat this one as down he goes. Now the Cowboys going to burn the first of their timeouts as they'll stop it with just over a minute to go before halftime. 44 on his first punt, and this is a good kick as well. Here's Austin. It'll wind up being a net of 41. 9-yard return, 50 on the punt. And out will come the offense as they take over. About set for this next drive by the Cowboys offense. And they're hoping to redo their efforts in the last drive when they got into the end zone.
And just think of what it's like now on the sideline, because when you score a touchdown, you have to go over and look at the tablet and see what you did on the last drive. When you scored points, it's a whole...
And now this is intercepted. My goodness. Picked off by Malcolm Jenkins. And his guys will take over at their own 44-yard line. That's sort of a second quarter to forget for him. Now 2 picks in this frame.
Almost as if the first one that he threw, he couldn't shake, couldn't get it out of his head. He ends up throwing a second one as a result.
Compounds the mistake a little bit.
Yeah, you got to be able to forget, compartmentalize, whatever you want to call it, and move on. He hasn't been able.
Deshaun Jackson off to the races. Touchdown, Philadelphia. Deshaun Jackson, his 4th touchdown on the year, as they are now on the board here in the first half.
I'm not sure that they have illusions right now of, okay, we're going to score 8 times in a row and we're going to be terrific. But to get one, that was huge for them. That has to feel much better right now.
And you do have, you're still in the first half. You do have the entire second half. There's something about that goose egg that just looked bad on that board, but now they've broken it.
Yeah, broken through. Can they maintain the pace? We'll see as we go along.
And that'll carry over the back line of the end zone for a touchback. The offense now at the line, ready for their next drive. And we'll see how this is played. Offensively, they've got the lead. Not a whole lot of time left. What do you think, Charles?
Well, it's tempting to try and add to your lead, but a mistake there, that can change things in a big way. I say go ahead, take the knee, get on out for the half.
Meanwhile, they take a shot to start the drive, but this is going to wind up incomplete. An incomplete pass leads to 2nd and 10 from the 25. Throwing again is Watson. And it's complete to Antonio Gates. And he gets this one just shy of the 40. They'll mark him down at the 39. The Cowboys going to use their second timeout now, as they'll stop the clock with 26 seconds to go until halftime. So from the 39 now, they'll come up on a 1st and 10. A shotgun snap for Watson. Letting one fly deep for Cooper. And for the 3rd time here in this half, it's intercepted. Picked off by Avonte Maddox. And his guys have got it back at the closing stages of the first half. Now we'll get a stoppage here as it appears we've got an Eagle slow to get up. Not something you want to see in Week 16 or any week, really. We'll be right back. The Eagles offense set to begin their next drive. And with time quickly fading here in the second quarter, not sure how aggressively, offensively they want to play this.
I think we'll find out just how much they trust their guys in this situation if they decide to take a shot.
Now a throw to the end zone on 1st down, but it winds up incomplete.
He was defended by Patrick Peterson.
So now 2nd and 10 after the incompletion on 1st down. A final shot before half for Wentz. Jeffrey reels it in over the middle. And he drops it incomplete. And their struggles continue here. So we have reached halftime here with the visiting Cowboys out on top. As we'll send you down the coast now to Orlando, that's where we find Jonathan Coachman, ready with our EA Sports Halftime Report. Coach, this is taken at his 4. And he'll take this across the 25, couple extra yards, up to the 27-yard line.
At their own 27-yard line.
The offense back out there at the line, ready for their next drive. And following the interception, just any interception, are you a little bit more cautious when you start that next drive, or no, you just throw that out the window?
I think you are. I don't think that there's any way you can run back out there and go, totally didn't affect me. Let's just go ahead and be loose with the football again. You're going to take care of it, but you have to be careful about being too cautious because now you can't run any offense at all.
Still want to attack. We'll see how they attack them here.
Double time. Everyone, we got 4 down.
They keep on the ground with Elliott. And he's dropped right at the 40. Gain of 3.
3rd quarter and you've got the lead. You're not ready to go into that 4-minute offense to close the game out, but a running game can really benefit your team right now.
From the 40 now on 2nd down. Watson, and he'll hit the slant route. That's caught by Cooper. And he'll be taken down, but not before he works it past the 50. Looking back to Cooper's numbers from last year after that trade, he ended up playing 9 games with the Cowboys in 2018. 725 yards, 6 scores. Also had the 100-yard game in the playoffs against the Rams. And if you add up the numbers between the two teams last year, he was over 1,000 for the 3rd time in 4 NFL seasons.
It's a loss of a yard. Brings up 2nd and 11 at the Eagles' 49-yard line.
On 2nd and 11 now. Watson to the left side and complete for Amari Cooper. And he has another 1st down as they'll get the ball down to the Eagles' 30. Whatever the discussions were at halftime to try to slow down this offense, it has not worked to this point.
Yeah, I have a vision right now of everything that was discussed at the half just being torn in shreds or being erased off of the Microsoft Surface tablets because...
And he'll take this into the end zone. Now, hold on here. We do have a flag down. So let's see what this is about. So following the hold, they're in a bit of a hole here with a 1st and 20. After the penalty, it's Elliott. And he'll be brought down at the 27-yard line. Call it a gain of 12, but of course not a first down due to the previous penalty.
Partner, I remember a coaching friend of mine used to tell his running backs before games, make sure you run and jog with your offensive line in pregame. Get used to the ground shaking when those big behemoths start to create space for you up front. He did a pretty good job of just following those guys through there for a nice explosive run.
Jalen Mills in on the stop.
They're in a pretty good spot right now with a convincing lead. I think this is where they put on the boxing gloves, start to try and pound them into submission.
And the offensive line, they've controlled this game. I don't see why that trend would change now. 7th play of the drive upcoming here on 3rd and 6.
Check Mike 50. Mike is a 50. Check Mike 50.
Here's Watson. Cooper's got him. And he gets it inside the 10 to the 9. They're able to convert on 3rd down, and that sets up a 1st and goal.
I don't care how many times we see it. I still get a kick out of watching quarterbacks and receivers do the pass tree in pregame warm-up. But I always remember that when we go to practices, we see that after practices as well. They really tune it up, don't they?
They tune it up. They know why they do it for these situations. 1st down.
And they build that trust, and that's why they're able to find him in this type of a situation.
And he will fight his way into the end zone for a Cowboy touchdown. Ezekiel Elliott with his 14th touchdown of the year, 2nd of the game. And the Cowboys, they push out in front further. Extra point by Marr, up and good. And the decision to just kick the extra point winds up successful. Following the touchdown, here's Marr to kick it away. And this will not be returnable. It's out of the back of the end zone for a touchback. Already at the line, this Philly offense set to go. They're down in this game. A chance for the offense, though, to put something on the board, get some momentum here in half 2.
Try and get things kick-started for them. And you know at the half, they discussed how they were going to get that done. This is where scripting comes into play a lot of the time.
How many plays do you script coming out of the second?
Most of the time in the first half, you're scripting 12 to 16. I think in the second half, you're really scripting more like 8 to 10. Kind of a starter or an opener, whatever terminology they use. Just something to get you off to a quick start.
A throw left side to start out. That's complete. And he'll be brought down shy of the 40 at the 38-yard line. That one goes for 8 yards. So here's a 1st and 10 at the 38. They run with Howard. A solid run on 1st down. Gain of 7 leaves him with a 2nd and 3.
Despite the blitz, they're still able to pick up a nice solid gain. The disadvantage of blitzing often alters the normal spacing and run fits and leaves creases like they were able to exploit right there.
From the 45 on 2nd down. Wentz firing quickly here, and that's complete. That one a 1st down pickup of 8. Wentz now just 7 of 16 passing thus far, but he's got a 1st and 10. Throwing now is Wentz. And he'll hit Jeffrey complete. And he is tackled inside the 40, not quite to the 35. 10 yards there and an Eagle 1st down. They've really been able to contain Alshon Jeffrey. That catch a rare exception in this game.
And that's a feather in their cap because he's such a tone setter for his team on offense that they try and get him the ball early. And, of course, what comes after that is often. And for them to limit him and him not catch a ball until the second half, it's a big reason why his team is behind on the scoreboard.
And this play will be blown up. He'll lose yardage back at the 38.
Brings up 2nd and 11 at the 38-yard line.
1 quarter remains here in Week 16. We'll return with more after this break. You're watching the NFL on EA Sports. On 2nd and 11 now. Wentz. Now he'll dump it underneath to his running back. Complete. And he's going to have another first down here as the tackle's made at the Cowboys' 24-yard line.
And we see another pitch and catch there to the running back. This position just continues to evolve. They become just as critical to the passing attack as a lot of receivers, tight ends, because their ability to make people miss in the open field can really generate big plays for an offense.
And this is caught at the end. And he'll take it into the end zone for an Eagles touchdown. Nelson Aguilar. His second touchdown on the season. And the Eagles make some inroads here on that deficit. Elliott good on the extra point, and that'll cut the lead back down to 21. So still lots of work left to do, but here comes the onside kick. Now the Cowboys going to burn the first of their timeouts. That'll leave them with 2 remaining. We'll be back after this. And the Cowboys are able to recover. Now they're down big here in the 4th. They had to try the onside kick. Can't fault them for the effort at least.
No, you can't at all. And if nothing else, now you've put something that you're trying to practice, right, that you've worked on into a game situation, and now you can go back and dissect it. So if you need it again sometime, maybe you'll find a better way to do it. But, yeah, this game's pretty much done for them.
They'll run on first down. Pollard. And that'll hurt the average a bit as this time they're able to get him behind the line. A loss of a full 3 yards, and now it's 2nd down. So now they have to contend with 2nd and 13 after the first down run goes backwards. Here's Pollard again. And a lot of talent on this Eagle defense, and you've seen it on these last 2 plays, both losses. That backs him up 1 yard and brings up 3rd down.
Brandon, it's clearly a running situation when you're up in the 4th quarter. They're going to have to stack the box and make it difficult for them to move the ball.
Made it very difficult right there. Now they need to repeat that effort.
Yeah, bring 7, 8, 9, whatever it's going to take to slow them down.
So time to start going in the other direction as they come up now 3rd and long. To throw is Watson, operating from the gun. He's going to let this go for the end. That is caught. It's Cooper for the Cowboy touchdown. Amari Cooper with a lucky number 13 touchdowns now on the year. And the Cowboys, they push out in front further. Extra point by Marr, up and good. And the decision to just kick the extra point winds up successful. Following the touchdown, here's Marr to kick it away.
Here we go, here we go, here we go.
25-yard line.
The offense now at the line, ready for their next drive. And they will simply, Charles, be looking to duplicate what they did last drive when they were able to push it in for 6.
And they hope it'll be that easy, right? To be able to take exactly what happened before, replicate it. They may have to make a few additional changes along the way because I'm sure the defense will make some adjustments, but they've got to have great confidence having scored the last time out.
An incomplete pass leads to 2nd and 10 from the 25. They try to throw on 2nd down, but this one is incomplete. Another incompletion. You know, it's a wonder he's still moving around back there the number of times he's been sacked.
Yeah, he's staying out there, isn't he? And you don't think about it much in a game like this, but he's showing incredible leadership. Still competing, still fighting, not taking himself out of a ball game that appears lost.
Wentz going to throw. Screen pass to Sproles. And he is going to lose yardage here. A 5-yard loss there is going to bring up 4th down. Well, you can see what they wanted to do. They wanted to set up the screen there, but it got blown up.
It's hard to run that play if you're not getting a lot of pressure at the quarterback because the space doesn't open up. They were able to read that one and slow it down and stop it before they could get a first down.
They're running. Ram. Watch the twins.
The Eagles indeed snap it. Wins. And Jeffrey's got it. And he'll get this one way up just shy of the 45-yard line. No reason not to try it there, and they do indeed convert on fourth.
First down. First and 10 at the 44-yard line.
Team showed up. Tight right, tight right.
Throwing on first is Wentz. Jeffrey with a catch left side. And taking it across midfield and just shy of the 40. Another nice gain, 16 yards there and a first down again. So from Cowboy territory now, here's first and 10 at the 41. Again, they'll throw with Wentz. And the Cowboys' pressure gets there this time for the sack. Nick Bosa has now recorded 10 sacks on the season.
We've been around this league for a while, and many coaches never pull their starting quarterback, almost no matter the situation. In this case, though, I think he's got to make a decision. He's taking a pretty good beating out there.
Yeah, with the deficit, maybe not wanting to risk an injury. Don't need it all back at once, but you figure they're going to need something here. 17 yards to go on second down. To throw, it's Wentz. It's complete left side to Aguilar. They get 11 back on that one. It leads to third down.
That was a nicely run slant route, and what the receiver's trying to do is make the defender think he's going upfield for a deeper route and then breaks it off, usually after about 3 to 4 steps, and cuts towards the middle of the field. And now what he's trying to do is use his body to keep the defender away from the football and give the quarterback a really nice target.
Here's Wentz to throw. And that's complete to Jeffrey. And they're able to get this one past the 30 to the 25-yard line. So it's Eagle football here as we get you reset. And let's see what they've come up with offensively after having time to talk it over. Nowhere to escape, and he goes down. DeMarcus Lawrence in there to bring him down, and that is sack number 17 now on the season. That huge loss on the sack makes this job much more difficult. It's now second down and 22 yards to go. Throwing is Wentz. Into double coverage, and it's intercepted. Chidobe Awuzie with a pick.
Well, this defensive pressure has been constant all game long. The pass rush, the coverage, they've all been excellent, and now they'll tack on an interception here as this one continues to slip just further and further out of hand.
About set for this next drive by the Cowboys offense. And a few kneel downs should just about do it. Now, defensively, they do have all 3 timeouts, but very little reason to use them at this point. And they'll indeed take a knee.